Hello, today we are going to learn how to use the basic sweep feature, and we will start by learning how to use the sweep feature with a circular cross section. For a sweep feature, like in the example of this wire banded cell phone holder, which you can by the way make at your home based on this, we will use the path, and the profile path is defined as a 3D sketch, which we will see how we will make by joining two 2D sketches, as we are not yet discussing a 3D sketch in this class. So essentially we have a path over which we will drive our profile, and in this case the profile is just going to be a circle with path defining the traveling of the center point of the circle. This is a simple sweep because we do not have any guide curves, and we are not going to distort that profile over the length. So how we are going to make that 3D path is by making today, and in a begin stage of this class, by making a different 2D sketches which we will then join into a continuous 3D sketch. So on a top plane we are going to sketch this simple sketch. Essentially we'll sketch these three lines, put the dimensions, put the fillets, and then on the front plane we are going to make kind of like a Z letter, and we are going to put these dimensions. Note that this is actually, these points are to where you drop the line, and then when we do the fillets, of course, it will shorten it. Afterwards, we are going to start a 3D sketch, and we are going to convert entities from both sketches and to join them automatically, and then we will place a fillet between this line of the sketch 2 and this line of the sketch 1, and afterwards we will close that sketch and we will do the sweep boss feature with a 0.125 millimeter wire, and we will see the end product will be something similar like what you can bend at home starting from the wire. So let's start by making the sketch number 1. I will start by making a sketch from the coordinate origin left of a 3" by 1.5 by 4 down. So if I start a new part in a SOLIDWORKS, I will choose first my units to be the IPS units, and I'm going to sketch on a top plane. Going to make a horizontal line left from the origin, then I'm going to make a line down, all horizontal and vertical, and I'm going to start putting the dimensions like 3, 1.5, 4, so 3 inches, 1.5 inch, 4 inch, and back is a 2.5. Remember that symmetry is our friend, and here we are only sketching a half of our holder, and then we will use, once we create a sweep, we are going to mirror it. So this is my fully defined sketch. Now I need to place the fillets in a sketch mode, and the fillets are all 0.5, so diameter is 0.5, the radius of the fillet is 0.5, and I will choose these two lines, then I will choose this two line, and finally these two lines. Press OK, and as you can see, this is a fully defined sketch. I'm going to press close, and this sketch should be on my top plane. So if I go and if I look isometrically, the sketch is showing that he's on a top plane. Now I'm going to choose the front plane, and I'm going to going first to close my previous sketch. Now I'm going to choose the front plane, and I'm going to insert sketch on the front plane. I will draw line from coordinate origin vertical arbitrarily. Then I will draw another line and another vertical under some angle, some vertical line, and I'm going to put dimensions of 4 inch, 0.5, and 1.25. So the vertical line will be a 4 inch in length. Second, we are going to specify the angle. The angle will be 30 degrees. Then we are going to specify distance between this point and the x-axis of 0.5 and the 1.25 of the grid. So 0.5 from here to here and 1.25. Finally, I will place some fillets, and the fillets radius are 4 or 0.25 or quarter of the inch. So let's place the fillet in a sketch mode of quarter of the inch, 0.25. And I'm going to put dimension inch fillet and keep them constrained and click OK. So here is my second sketch. And now if I rotate it by pressing the middle of the button of the mouse and pulling around, I can see that I have actually created half of the center part of such cell phone holder. Now I'm going to close this sketch. Now I have two separate sketches here. I need to convert them into a one uniform 3D sketch, and I will need to make some fillet here because we can't do this bend. It will mathematically be impossible as a sweep path. So I'm going to press on a sketch tab, and under the sketch tabs I'm going to press on an arrow and choose a 3D sketch, which will create me a new 3D sketch. I'm going then to click Convert Entities, and Entities to convert, I will open by pressing on this arrow of my parametric tree. Going to choose Sketch 1 and Sketch 2, what means bring me all the entities from these two sketches into my new 3D sketch. Press OK. And here is my now 3D sketch. You can see that everything is black and everything is fully defined. I'm going to press fillet, and I'm going to specify that this fillet is half inch in radius, 0.5, and I'm going to choose these two lines and press OK. I will close this sketch now, and I'm now ready to make my fillet, and you can see how nicely it looks like. I have now my 3D sketch, which is a half of my cell phone holder. Now, how I'm going to make a sweep? I'm going to press on a feature to show the feature bar, and I have an option here as a sweep boss base. So I will left click on a sweep boss base, and I will click on a circular profile. So choose this circular profile here. It automatically, the feature recognition recognizes that I have this feature 1, and then we have a thickness, and we can put 0.25 or 0.125, 0.125 for example, maybe too thin. Maybe I will choose to increase it to 0.25, and look what happened. It has created my sketch. Now I can fillet this top here like wire. It will not be nice to have that sharp wire, and let's say 1/16 of the inch fillet. 16. Click OK. And the second face. Let's see if it will work. Yep, it works. So here is my fillet. Now this is a half of my holder. And I will next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the mirror in a content of the feature. I will use as a mirror face my front plane. I cannot. Why? Because I started drawing from the front plane. So in that case, what I can do, I can use this surface of generated features. So this face here as my mirror plane. And I will choose entire body to mirror by pressing on body to mirror. And I'm going to choose my entire body. And look, it already has created something, and I will be sure to have a merge results. Click OK. And this completes our demonstration. Here is our cell phone holder. What we can do, we can figure out that we don't like something. Maybe I want, for example, to extend my holding hook a little bit. And because this is a parametric model, we can always go back, modify the model. Let's say instead of 1.25, we can put 1.75 for the length here. Or that's too much, we can put maybe 1.5, close the sketch, and as we close the sketch, look how it is automatically rebuilt because it propagates to all of the feature. We will add some material. Let's say that this is our, I don't know, maybe a brass wire or copper wire, and here is your cell phone holder made out of the bended wire as a demonstration for your first sweep. Now I posted a couple of simpler and more complicated sweeps there, which are all circular. So now let's make this one, modify it, measure your cell phone and modify at the end dimensions because this will be your project. You can also modify some of the design if you want to, as long as you can create a one single sweep feature. And once you are done, please submit your assignment. Well, let's see finally the features dimensions. It will show me all of the feature dimensions from the sketch, like for any other features that we work with. So in a summary, the sweep features are great when we can define something as a cross-section traveling over a path. In that case, we should always use the sweep. Alternatively, how we will make this object? Well, we will need to make a bunch of different extrusions, revolution, extrusion, revolution, extrusion, and so on. So it will be a nightmare of the project. And here we have demonstrated that essentially in 10 minutes you can create this project. If you identified feature as a right feature, and in our case, this feature was the circular sweep. Thank you for watching, and now let's work on the project.